Right, guys, welcome to yet another live stream on my channel. Now, it's been quite a while since I've done a live stream. I might be a little bit out of it, but let's hope I do a good job. It's like I said, I've last done a decent live commentary with the Currie Cup final. So I just wanted to thank everybody for that live stream. It got over 30,000 views, and I couldn't have asked for a better set of viewers on the day. So today we are back with the Sharks. It's the DHL Stormers against the Sharks, the start of the Pro 14 Rainbow Cup. A lot of people say this is the preparation for the Springboks for the British and Irish Lions tour. So before let's get into the lineups for today. We're going to start off with the Stormers backs. You've got Damian Willemse, Edward van der Merwe, Ruan Nel, Rikus Pretorius, Sabella Sinatla, Kate Volhatte, and Herschel Jantjies. Now, this is quite a phenomenal backline that the Stormers got here. Willemse has got a lot to prove. We all know Edward van der Merwe is a youngster coming through very well. Ruan Nel has somewhat disappeared, so he's got a lot to do today, and really looking forward to see that combination of Ruan Nel and Rikus Pretorius. And then the same goes for Sinatla, hasn't been on par as of late, so big chance for him to prove himself yet again in the Stormers lineup. Kate Volhatte, we all know, is deemed as the next Andre Pollard, so it's going to be interesting to see how he fares in this position, especially against Kevin Bosch. Herschel Jantjies, we all know what he's capable of, so we're not going to go into too much detail then. Stormers forwards, Willie Engelbrecht, the new signing for the Stormers. Peter Steph de Toey makes his comeback. Namakaba gets an opportunity to prove what he's got. The new signing of Marvin Uri from the Lions. JD Schikkerling, Frans Malherbe, Skaran Tubeni, and Steven Kitsoff as the captain for this team. So having a quick look at the Stormers bench, we've got Bongi Bunambi, who is, well, there's rumors that he's going to sign with the Sharks real soon. So that might be the reason why he's only on the bench today. I would have thought maybe he would have dropped out of the whole match 23 altogether. Then Ali Vermaak, Neetling Forshee, Erns van Rijn, E van Roos, Paul de Wet, Abner van Reenen, Dan du Plessis. So it does look like David Mayhays and Marcel Tennyson and Leland Zas will not be playing today. So they did have an extended bench there. Just quickly going through the comments. 11J said, how's it going? I'm very good. Thank you, 11J said. Welcome back to the live streams. Like I said, it's been quite a while, so I see you say the Stormers team look good, but the Sharks might win this by 10 points. Arno Lard says, how late is kickoff? It's going to start in just a minute or two. So let's quickly go through the Sharks lineup. The backline, Apelile Fassi, Sabuna Corsi, Lukanya Jeremy Ward, Yapenke, Kevin Bosch, and Grant Williams. Now, we all know Apelile Fassi's got a lot to prove. Sabuna Corsi needs to hit form. Lukanya needs to keep his momentum going. Jeremy Ward needs to step up because there's other players that can get into that position quite easily. Yapenke has been exceptional for the Sharks so far. Bosch will want to forget the disaster of the Currie Cup final, while Grant Williams gets a chance to prove himself in a 9 jersey. For the Sharks forwards, you got Sikumbuzo Noche, Henke Venter, Sia Kulisi, new signing Reniel Higu, Ruben van Heerden, Thomas de Toey, Faison Bata, and Oxner Shear. Then on the bench for the Sharks, you've got Kieran van Vieren, Natuko Machuna, Vian Herps, JJ van der Mes, Pepsi Buthelezi, Sanela Nohamba, Manny Lebok, and Werner Kok. So a formidable team and really looking forward to this. So the teams have now all run onto the pitch and it should be a cracker of a game. Apple Pie says, good luck with the stream. Thank you very much. Stormers for the win. 11J said, hope the Dway stays injury-free. Good that he's coming back from a long time out. So, yeah, it is by pure luck that he's actually playing for the Stormers today. He wanted to move to Ulster, but the Irish Rugby Union got hold of the signing and declined it, as far as what I knew. So the kickoff is about to start. Kevin Bosch is going to kick this off. Sharks playing from right to left. And the referee for today is Jaco Paper. No better ref to handle this game. So here we go. Kevin Bosch with the kickoff. It's a deep one, taken beautifully by Marvin Urie for the Stormers. Just outside the 22. They set the ruck. Herschel Jantjies got the hands on ball. Out to Schlikkerling. Drives his way forward. Jantjies, back it goes. Now Damien Willemse with the kick downfield. Not going to find touch and into the hands of Bosch. Now a chance for Noche. Up to halfway he goes. And the referee has called a penalty against the Sharks. So I'm not quite sure, as I don't have any volume on the TV, so I'm not 100% sure what the penalty is for. But it is going to be Kate Volharte to go for goal after just 55 seconds in this game. 11J said, it's been a long time. Good to have you doing a live stream again. Thank you, 11J said. Your predictions. So I think... Look, I said to somebody last night, I don't think that the Sharks' back of forwards are really good enough to match up with the Stormers. So if they can prove me wrong and help hold their own against the Stormers' back, I think they can win this by more than 8 points. But if the Stormers' forwards going to dominate, then we will see a Stormers victory today. So Kate Volharte is going to have the shot at goal. It's just inside Sharks territory. So let's see if he can get this. It's a pretty good strike, and it looks like it's gone over. So the Stormers got 3 and the Sharks 0. So a good start to the Stormers after just 1 minute of play in this game. Sharks discipline need to be spot on today if they want any chance of winning this game. Right, so it is going to be Kevin Bosch again to restart. Another high-hanging deep kick from him. Collected again by Marvin Urie, just inside Stormers 22. Herschel Jantjies got hold of the ball again. Gives it out to Kate Volharte, who kicks it downfield. And again, not finding touch on halfway now. It's Apelile Fassi taking it in, making a good little run forward. It's the Sharks now. Quick recycle ball needed now. Thomas de Toey. Out it goes to Ruben van Heerden. Slow ball coming out for the Sharks now. Apelile Fassi with a little kick ahead. Finds space in the back and it runs into touch. So it is going to be a Stormers line out just inside the 22 of the Stormers. Just hope there's not too many breaks in this game, because there's something wrong with the footage at the moment. It's breaking up just a little bit. So I do apologize if there's parts where I can't see what's going on. Barry, I'm not 100% sure. The Springbok players are there, but most are playing for the Bulls. And the Bulls have opted to rest most of them. So Kate Volharte has now kicked this downfield for the Stormers again. Apelile Fassi's got it on the 10-meter line inside Stormers half, but he gets bundled into touch. And there goes the signal again. Now it's back again. So there's going to be a Stormers lineup on the 10-meter line. So a lot of kicking early on. Oh, Noche could be in trouble here. Went in with the shoulder on the neck of the players. So, but both players went low. So I don't see any problem with that really. Just hope this signal doesn't break up the whole time. So line up thrown in. Collected by Peter, stepped it away for the Stormers. Maul is formed. Good control from the Stormers at the back of this maul. Up to the 10-meter line inside their own half is the Stormers now. Scudden to Benny's got it at the back. Good defense from the Sharks. Advantage to the Stormers now. Kitshoff's got it. Takes it up. Ruck has been formed. Yeah, there was a penalty against the Sharks. So on the 10-meter line inside Stormers half, they get a penalty. And the Sharks' discipline not very good at the moment. 11J said, Pollard is also returning this week for Montpellier, so that's good news. Yeah, I did see that. Do you think the Sharks are going to be good in the Rainbow Cup? Well, I was really looking forward to seeing how they would fare against the European sides. So at the end of the day, this is basically just another Currie Cup. But I am looking forward to it, and I do believe that the Sharks will be title contenders. I do hope so. I'm just worried about their pack of forwards at the moment. 11J, did you see the Blues versus Chiefs game? I was working at the time, but I did have a sneak here and there. But I can't really tell you too much detail on that game. So the lineout has been taken by Uri now. Volhatte, Pretorius gets thumped back in the tackle. Yankees, out it goes to Edwil van der Merwe. Now Yankees, Kitshoff, just trying to work their way forward, but going backwards at the moment now. Willemse trying to step his way up, but the Stormers are getting tackled backwards all the way up to halfway again. Now Schikkerling managed to move it forward to the 10-meter line. Now Volhatte. Out it goes Ruanel. Beats two defenders. Another one. Still going is Ruanel. Now Willemse up to the 10-meter line. Try to hurt your Yankees. And it's strike time to the Stormers. The Sharks defense just been ripped to pieces there. And what a start for the Stormers here after just 6.5 minutes. Unbelievable start to the Stormers game. And hopefully this will not continue. Because as a Shark supporter, I surely don't want to see this. But Ruanel absolutely ripped the Sharks defense to pieces there. And then Damien Willemse. It's just a question of playing tag rugby at the moment from the Sharks. They're not really putting any effort to tackle. They did so well in the opening minutes, driving the Stormers backwards. And then just all of a sudden, Ruanel just ripped them to pieces. So, yeah, after just 7.5 minutes, the Stormers are leading by 8 points to 0. And I think I'll have to fill up on my juices if this continues. So, Volhatte now with the conversion attempt for the Stormers. They couldn't have asked for a better start here at the Cape Town Stadium. And that conversion is going... Is it over? Yes, it is. So 10 points to 0 it is. The Stormers leading the Sharks after just 8 minutes in this game. Absolutely ridiculous. Poor defense from the Sharks, really. And it was Herschel Yankees who went over for the first try of this game. So the restart from Kevin Bosch, this time another high-hanging one. Again collected beautifully by Marvin Uri. Now Yankees sniping. Try to get the pass away, but it's loose now. Collected by the Sharks on the 10-meter line. Here comes Apalile Fassi who breaks through. Up to the 22-meter line, over the 22-meter line. 10 meters from the try line now, but it's ripped by the Stormers. But a penalty to the Sharks. Illegally done so on the ground. Oh no, it's a knock-on, says the referee. Yeah, that's why there's a penalty instead of the knock-on. Wait, let's just hang on and see what's happening here. Is it a knock or is it a penalty? Well, Yankees tried to get that pass away, but it wasn't really on for the Stormers there. And then Apalile Fassi broke through beautifully. So it is going to be a scrum to the Stormers, a knock-on from Apalile Fassi then, after just 9 minutes. So 10 meters from the Stormers try line. It is a scrum to the Stormers. So let's see how this first scrum goes. 10 points to 0 it is. Right, the scrum has gone down and it's a reset. I don't really have to say anything about the scrum resets, guys. I think you all know what my feeling is about it. I'm going to say this once, and I do believe that at some stage we will get a stop clock for these reset scrums, because it's really wasting quite a lot of time of the game. So for every reset that you get, you waste about a minute of game. And in close games, that could be the difference between winning and losing. Right, so Yankees to feed the scrum again. 10 meters from the Stormers try line. Solid scrum. This time it goes down again, but it is playable now. Yankees, out it goes to Volhatter, who kicks it downfield, and that's a good relieving kick. Finds touch. Roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Stormers half. Sharks line out. So yeah, it feels like the game has just started and the Stormers already leading by 10 points to 0. The Sharks defense was just ripped to pieces by Ruanel about 2 minutes ago, and since then the Sharks have tried to hit back, but the Stormers defense have held well. Stolen line out by Schickeling. Now Herschel Yankees. Sinatla tries to kick it, but slashes it a little bit straight down the middle and into the hands of Apelile Fasi. Now Nkosi. He runs up to halfway, but knocks it on. Now counter-attack opportunity for the Stormers. Stickering up to the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. Yankees, Volhatter. Hatter breaks through. Here they go again. It's Rikus Pretorius. He's going to score for the Stormers, and that's just way too easy. Where is the Sharks defense at the moment? Goodness gracious. Oh, surely that's going to be kicked over, so I can already make it 17-0 to the Stormers. The Sharks defense absolutely woeful. Wow. Volhatter just broke through the first line of tackles and just the inside pass to Rikus Pretorius, and 17-0. Well, I do say 17-0, but it is still only 15-0. So let me change it back. There's still a conversion to come. Apple Pie says, what are the Sharks doing? They're not defending at the moment. That's the problem. They absolutely woeful in defense. Their first-time tackles are not being made at the moment. The back line is just ripping them to pieces. And the main culprits there is Apelile Fasi and Kervin Bosch. They're not making their first-time tackles, and it's costing the Sharks dearly at the moment. Right, so this conversion, a very easy one. I don't foresee him missing it. Easily gone over, so it is 17 points to 0, and we've had 12 minutes. Can you guys believe this? Absolutely ridiculous. Sharks looking like a bunch of sardines at the moment. Restart again. Again, beautifully collected by Marvin Uri. He's really collecting these kickoffs beautifully. Now Yankees with the kick over the top. Chased by Sinatla up to half. Whoa, goodness gracious. That's got to be a red card coming for Sinatla. Truly dangerous in the air. I hope Apelile Fasi is going to be fine after this. He absolutely somersaulted in the air there. And Sinatla, there's no other way. Must be a red card, surely. Guys must remember, if there is a red card in this game, oh, goodness, again, It's an awful landing for Apelile Fassi. He made no effort at all to go for the ball there. So yeah, I was saying if there's a red card, he will be able to get replaced after 20 minutes by another player. But that is just awful. It's got to be red. Let's see. Yeah, straight red card for Sabella Sinatla. So after 13 minutes, it is the Stormers 17-0, but they now have a red card, which they can replace Sinatla after 20 minutes. So I'm not sure who's going to come on. Let's just see the bench again of the Stormers. So it might be Dan Duplessis who might just come on in the place of Sinatla after 20 minutes. So just checking, Apelile Fassi is looking fine. Does look a little bit shaken at the moment. It could have ended so badly for the Sharks there if Fassi had to land on his head because it was so close. He's getting strapped up on his knee, so it seems like his knee got more hurt than anything else at the moment. But truly, truly terrible from Sabella Sinatla. Oh, again, looking at that, it's just ridiculous. He can expect quite a heavy ban for that. All right, so Apelile Fassi's fine, and we are going to return to action now. 13 minutes gone in this first half. Kevin Bosch going for touch and finds, well, not the greatest of kicks, finds touch on the 22-meter line inside Stormers half. So Fesmbata is going to throw this in for the Sharks. Let's see if the Sharks got anything to counter them with. First line out got stolen. The second one gets overthrown, but Henko Venters managed to get it. Sharks got the ball just outside the 22. Van Heerden drives his way up. And a penalty against the Sharks for holding on. And it is Billy Engelbrecht who got hold of the ball on the ground there and forced the penalty against the Sharks. So discipline and defense, absolutely horrible from the Sharks at the moment. We've had about 14 minutes gone in this game. Volhard to kick this downfield now, finds touch just inside the Sharks half. So same problems as always for the Sharks at the moment. First the lineouts and the scrums not working. Now they've added another one in defense as well. Right, so Jaco Paper is going to have a look at a possible dangerous tackle from Engelbrecht. Oh, this is going to be another red card to the Stormers. This could be another red card to the Stormers. Oh, shoulder contact to the head. And yeah, I'm not a fan of this new rule, but having a look at that, does make contact to the face of Ruben van Heerden, the shoulder. And best case scenario, yellow card, worst case, red card. So a lot of hold up at the moment. He goes to the pocket, it's Jaco Paper. Let's see what color it's going to be. This will be a bad blow for the Stormers. Should they get another red card here? Yellow card it is to Willie Engelbrecht then. So it is the best case scenario then for them. So the Stormers now playing with 13 men for the next 18 minutes at least. Sharks got a penalty on the 22-meter line and need to go for touch now. So Kevin Bosch is going to go for touch here. Finds touch round about 5 meters from the try line now. Let's see if the Sharks can hit back. Throwing from Fes Mabata, finds Henko Venter. This time the maul has been formed. It's going backwards. And now Fes Mabata breaks loose. Does he have support from the Sharks players? Penalty to the Sharks, not rolling away Stormers. Grant Williams tried to go quickly. Nah, the referee says that we're going back for the penalty. Very lucky there, Grant Williams, because the ball got knocked after he tapped it. So maybe lucky to get away with that. Sharks now have another line out 5 meters from the try line. Let's see if they can force the try. If the Stormers' discipline don't hold up, it could be another yellow card and not something that we want to see in this game. Right, so Mbata throws, Henko Venter's got it again. Now they turn Sia Khaleesi. Khaleesi looks like he's over the try line, just short. Now they go over. It's try time for the Sharks. And it looks like Thomas du Toit who gets up with the ball. So the Sharks finally get some points to show. And at least they've hit back. Apple Pie asked if, so after 20 minutes, can the Stormers have 15 players on the field again? That's exactly what it means, Apple Pie. So after 20 minutes, they can replace that with any other backline players. So that's what the rule is saying. You can replace a red card after 20 minutes of play. No, it's a bit silly, but with the new ruling on the high tackles and how they deem it very dangerous, can easily give away a penalty or a yellow card or red card. I suppose that is the best option to go with, to replace the player after 20 minutes. So I'm a fan of it. I know other people don't really like it, but it does make sense in the long run. So a good conversion from Kevin Bosch, and the score now 17-7 to the Stormers. And hopefully Sharks can get another try or two before these players return to the field. So we've had about 20 minutes in this game, 21 minutes, and the Stormers leading by 17 points to 7. Oh no, we've had 17 minutes, sorry. So it feels like the time had flown by, but it's actually still early days in this game. Right, so the restart from Kate Volhutter. Ruben van Heerden collects just inside his own 22. So Grant Williams now got it at the back. Taken up by Thomas du Toit again. Not really gaining any ground now. Back to Bosch, who puts up a high one, chased by Oh, another collision there, and it comes back to the Shark side. Jeremy Ward's got it. Namakaba takes him down. Oh, good penalty win here for the Stormers, as Karan Ntuberi went down low and forced the penalty. So maybe an opportunity here for Kate Volhutter to get the Stormers in front by another 3 points. He's going to have a shot. It's about, it's on the 10-meter line inside Sharks half, straight in the middle. So I don't foresee any problems with that one for Kate Volhutter. So a couple of things the Sharks have done wrong so far. They've been really poor on defense. Their lineouts have been pretty poor. The scrums has been fine. And then they've been very slow in support at the rucks. So that's where the Stormers have been kind of dominating them at the moment. So let's see if Cape Town can get this one over for the Stormers. Like I said, I don't really see any problem with this one. From a professional point of view, this should be an easy kick for him. And he gets it. So 20 points to 7. The Stormers lead after 19 and a half minutes. So the Stormers couldn't have asked for a better start to the scoreboard. However, they do have a yellow and a red card at the moment. So let's wait for the restart from Kevin Bosch now. It goes deep again, taken beautifully by Ricus Pretorius inside his own 22, forms the ruck. Coming back slowly for Herschel Yankees. Giving it back to Kate Volhard, kicks it downfield. Not going to find touch on this occasion now. Not sure. Out it goes to Bosch on the 10-meter line. He finds space. It opens up for the Sharks. Needs support now. Back inside they go to Grant Williams. Offloads to Kolisi, but he knocks it on. And into the hands of Namakaba. And the Stormers got some relief on their own try line. Kate Volhard under pressure. But we are going to come back for that knock-on from Kolisi. Kolisi not happy about something there. Feels that he was tackled without the ball. So let's have a look at this real quickly. No, nothing wrong with that at all. So he deemed that it went forward from Kitsov and not from him. But in reality, it is a knock-on from Kolisi there. So 21 minutes gone. 20 points to 7, the Stormers lead. Two handers from both sides. The Stormers need to try and keep the Sharks out from scoring any points before the players return onto the field. The scrum feed, solid scrum from the Stormers there. It goes down now, but it is available. Herschel Yankees out to Damien Willemse. And he kicks it into touch around about the 10-meter line inside their own half. So Stormers still holding strong. They're still going to be without Willie Engelbrecht for another 5 minutes, I think it is. And then another 15 minutes without replacement for Sabella Sinatla. Right, so another line out for Faison Bata now on the 10-meter line for the Sharks. Oh, another terrible line out from Faison Bata. And Yankees now got it. He tries to snipe. Goes down. Who's going to be at scrum off for the Stormers now? Willemse. Out it goes to Volhard. Now Schickeling being driven back in the tackle there. Up to the 10-meter line inside the Stormers half. Yankees to Volhard. Now Willemse steps. Oh, the Stormers are going backwards at the moment. Ricus Pretorius kicks it forward. And let's see, there was a couple of knock-ons there. And I think the Sharks knocked it on first. So it is going to be probably a Stormers scrum. But the Stormers going backwards all the way there. Being put under pressure from the Sharks. So let's see the kick forward from Ricus, knocked on by Lekanya No, it was by Sabun Nkosi. So it is going to be a Stormers scrum just outside their own 22. Let's see what they can do from here. 23 and a half minutes gone. Possession going to the Stormers. Moment was 61% to 39. The Sharks have missed 6 tackles, but 4 of them were line breaks. It's actually a Sharks scrum. So Grant Williams with the scrum feed. Nearly said it's a tight head there, but it comes back. Now Ward, Fussy with a little dab ahead. Stopped by Willemse. Fussy's got it back for the Sharks though. No, Namakaba has stolen it for the Stormers on the ground. Just inside the own 22 now, the Stormers got it. Ruanel Kitsov forms the ruck for the Stormers. Yankees at the back there, clearing it. And it is a fine touch on halfway. Just inside the Stormers half. So the Stormers just surviving at the moment. They're doing a pretty good job at surviving at the moment. It has been thrown in quickly by the Sharks, but they've made a mess of it. And the Stormers now got the ball on the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. The camera didn't catch what was going on in the background, so unclear exactly what went wrong there. Let's just see. It is deemed to have been, it's going to be a high tackle penalty against the Sharks as well. So another chance for Cape Town to put points onto the board. And they're chipping away on that try that the Sharks scored. So they're doing a pretty good job at the moment as the Stormers. High tackle from Apelile Fassi on Rikus Pretorius there. And it's really not looking good for the Sharks at the moment. Aaron Wallace says Stormers are winning. Yeah, they're winning. The Sharks' discipline absolutely horrible. Their lineouts have been horrible. Their defense have been terrible. And the Stormers are just capitalizing on all those mistakes. And just to put the icing on the cake, the Stormers got a red card and a yellow card at the moment, and still the Sharks can't put points onto the board. It's rather the Stormers who are putting points on the board because of ill discipline from the Sharks. And that kick from Cape Town has gone through, so 23 points to 7. The Stormers are leading the Sharks after about 26 minutes in this game. The Sharks will have to wake up. They're not doing a good job at the moment, are the Sharks team. So Kevin Bosch with the restart then. Deep one collected by Marvin Ure. He's been exceptional on the receiving end for the Stormers so far. Herschel Yankees with the ball just outside the 22, goes for the hoist in the air. Collected by Fassi, but goes into touch and knocks it on. So the Stormers got a choice now. It's been a dreadful display for Fassi so far. And to make matters worse for the Sharks, Billy Engelbrecht is now back onto the field. So Stormers back to 14 men. Yeah, Stormers are dominating. The Sharks are doing pretty bad at the moment. On the 10-meter line, the line-out has been taken by Skarran and Tabeni at the back. Now the maul is going forward for the Stormers. Just driving their way up at the moment. Trying to milk another penalty. Here is the Stormers. The Sharks are really looking bad today. Stormers still driving it up, slowly working their way forward. Now it spills loose and the Sharks have kicked us forward. Back inside to the 22 of the Stormers. Looks like Cape Town has knocked it on. So the Sharks will have a scrum about 10 meters from the Stormers' try line. I'm not exactly sure what happened in that maul. The Stormers were still driving forward quite nicely, and then just somehow the ball spilled out, kicked forward by the Sharks into the 22, and then Cape Town tried to fall onto the ball but knocked it on in the process. So, like I said, scrum to the Sharks, 10 meters from the Stormers' try line now. "28 and a half minutes gone. Stormers have had 4 handling errors. The Sharks have had 3, but it just feels like a lot because the Sharks are making many other mistakes as well. Scrum going backwards. Under pressure is Grant Williams now. Somehow the Sharks have managed to get that back. Henko Venter trying to go forward. Ball coming out the tweede scrum off Ruben van Heerden. Grant Williams, Henko Venter driving their way forward. 5 meters from the try line now. Williams, Gervin Bosch steps, gets tackled by Yankees, still 5 meters out. And another penalty against the Sharks. This time for holding on the ball or on the ground again. So discipline, absolutely dreadful. Support play at the ruck, horrible. The Stormers are having a field day today. 30 minutes gone in this game. The Stormers now can get out of their own 22. Yeah, Barry, I don't know what's going on with the Sharks today. They look like a completely different team from the team that I'm used to seeing on the field. Let's hope it's just an off day and that this form doesn't continue into this competition. They've lost 3 lineouts already, the Sharks. They've given away, I think, 3 or 4 ruck penalties, and their defense have been simply terrible. They've missed like 6 or 7 tackles, and 2 of those resulted into straight tries. So, yeah, the Stormers have done nothing wrong except for being bad luck to get to, a yellow and a red card. Marvin Urry collects the line-out ball on halfway for the Stormers. Another driving maul from the Stormers, making their way, just grinding some meters, still going forward. Now penalty advantage. Yankees, Pretorius tries to step through, intercepted it by Lukanya, but a penalty to the Stormers. And those penalty counts just starting to wrap up more for the Sharks at the moment. So this penalty is going to be, let's see what, again in the middle of the field on the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. So Volhatter will just have another shot at goal, and he's not missing today. Yeah, Barry, I don't know, man. It's frustrating to see where they've gone since. Look, I didn't watch the Preparations Cup at all. Last I watched was the Currie Cup, in fact, was the last that I watched. And have they really gone that much backwards since I last watched them in the Currie Cup final? Well, the Sharks struck a little bit of luck with that one as Volhatter misses this one. And now 32 minutes gone, it's still 23 points to 7. So as expected, it is going to be Dan du Plessis who is going to come on in the place of Sabella Senatla for that red card. I'm just not sure if he's going to slot in on the wing or whether they're going to move Ruanel maybe to the wing. The restart from Kevin Bosch has gone loose, and it's been knocked on by one of the Sharks players. Japenke has knocked it on, so it is going to be a scrum to the Stormers on the 10-meter line again. So from that restart, Penke went up for it, but knocked it on. Well, if I had to rate the Sharks team at the moment, I can tell you not a lot of them are going to get any good ratings at all. So 33 and a half minutes gone, scrum feed to the Stormers on the 10-meter line. The scrum goes down, penalty to the Stormers. Oxnashire going down under pressure, and probably Cape Volhatter will have another shot at goal here. Sharks just giving away penalties like it's nothing. Yeah, no, it's not looking good for the Sharks at the moment. Barry just giving me some insight on that preparations games where the Sharks lost games close. So this is hardly a close game at the moment. So it seems like the Sharks are going backwards instead of going forward. So with this penalty attempt from Cape Town, he's missed one so far. It is going to probably be 26 points to 7 now, with 5 minutes left in this first half. Let's see what happens with this one. Oh, he's missed it again. So suddenly from slotting every ball, he's now missed 2 in a row. Is there any fight left in the Sharks team? I know it's only the first half, but they're not looking good at all. So the 22-meter restart from Bosch. This time, another loose one. Herschel Yankees have managed to collect it, got manhandled by Thomas de Toey there. And they've driven him all the way back to halfway now. Skarren to Benny. Oxnashir's got it. Sorry, he made the tackle. Kick forward by Damien Willemse straight into the Sharks players, but bounces back to the Stormers side. On halfway, kits off. Driving his way forward. Yankees. Volhatte puts it on the boot. Not the most flashiest kick ever. In the air challenge. Ngaba has got it for the Stormers. Now some loose balls. Now Palile Fassi's got it for the Sharks. And another penalty against the Sharks, again holding on the ground. Support play not there for the Sharks at the moment. So yeah, so frustrating at the moment. Another penalty kick from Kate Volhatte puts it into touch on halfway. So with 4 minutes left in this first half, the Sharks are not playing as a team at the moment. So Barry said, I thought buying 51% will get them better players. So yeah, they're in the process of trying to get better players. I know we've signed a new lock, Renil Higu, very average player to say the least. We've bought Sia Kulisi. And we're also looking to buy Bongi Mnambi. So that's probably going to be our next signing, but whether it's really true world-class players, we'll have to wait and see. So the Stormers have taken a line out. It's been going to the back line. Willems has got it on the 10-meter line for the Stormers, but a penalty to the Sharks. Some obstruction there. So a chance here for the Sharks before halftime. Can they get something from this? Just before halftime, we've got about 3 minutes left in this first half. Penalty is against Marvin Uri for obstructing there, stopping them from tackling Damien Willems on it there. So that kick, beautiful kick from Bosch, finds touch 5 meters from the try line. So if they don't score now, I don't see them come back into this game. Surely not. Lineout's been bad. They've already lost 3 lineouts. And this time Renil Higu's got it for the Sharks. 5 meters from the try line. They form them all. Going forward now. Sharks slowly but surely working their way up now. It's another penalty advantage. And it's coming to the Sharks now again. Will they take this quickly? No. Grant Williams decides against it. So they'll probably shoot it into touch again. Frana Kukumu says, hi, how's it going, Frana? Are you okay? I guess if you're a Stormer supporter, you are delighted at the moment. But if you're a Shark supporter like myself, you must be feeling a little bit awkward at the moment because we're hardly playing like the team we used to. Vesmbata with the throw into the lineout finds Henke Venter. Now Khaleesi back inside to Mbata, and Mbata's going to score for the Sharks. So they do strike back just before halftime. It looked like a planned move there from the Sharks. Took it in as a maul, ripped it loose, Siya Khaleesi off the back, flipped it back inside to face Mbata, and over he went for the Sharks' second try of the game. So currently the score is 23 points to 12. But still nothing to be too happy about from a Sharks point of view. Remember, the Stormers had a red card and a yellow card at one stage, and the Sharks managed to score one try, but also gave away 2 penalties. So they managed to get 1 point out of that advantage. Stormers strike twice really quickly through poor defense from the Sharks. So let's see if Bosch can convert this. There's about 10 seconds left in this first half. So the conversion to top it all has gone to the right. So 23 points to 12. And will we have time for a kickoff here? Absolutely dreadful display from the Sharks here in the first half. Somehow they've managed to stay in this game. So we are going to have one more play in this first half, collected by Saboon and Kossi for the Sharks. Grant Williams at the back. Will they just kick this out, or will they run it? No, Grant Williams says that's it for the first half. So Sean Everett will need to talk to his guys now and really get the spark back in the Sharks side, because they've been dreadful. Bad on defense, bad on the discipline, really bad in the lineouts. Ruck down, they've been awful. The Stormers, on the other hand, you can argue and say they haven't had the best of halves. Maybe that spark in the first opening 7 minutes was basically all that you could say from the Stormers' perspective, was really a standout thing for them. So both teams not impressing at the moment. You could argue and say it's been a while since they last played, so give them a little bit of slack. But yeah, from a South African point of view, let's go through this real quickly. So Fassi has been terrible. Nkosi has been hardly seen in this game. Lukanya dreadful on defense. Jeremy Ward not really doing anything special. Penke just being on the field, not really making an impact. Kevin Bosch has been bad. Apart from kicking to touch, he's been bad on defense, not really doing anything else. Grant Williams have been, well, consistent so far, to say the least, but nothing special from the Sharks backline. From Sharks point of view, forwards, Notcher, quite disappearing in the tight games. Henko Venter, nothing special from him. He hardly noticed him playing so far. Reniel Higu, non-existent. Ruben van Heerden, non-existent. Thomas de Day has had a few good defensive tackles and a few balls he's taken up. Mbata's not impressed, and Oxnard Shear is getting crushed at scrum time. So from this lineup, I don't see too much hope for the Sharks. Looking at the bench, I think Karen van Vuuren can maybe spark some magic. What's this guy's name? Chunu. We've seen him done something special in the past, but nothing special. Vian Haps, is just your average prop forward. Van der Mesh, I'm looking forward. I don't know what this guy needs to do more to get a starting berth in the team. Pepsi Buthelezi could maybe spark something, because, Khaleesi has just been on the field in name. He hasn't done anything special so far. Sanele Nahamba could maybe spark some magic for the Sharks in the second half as well. Manny Libok, just another average player. Vanderkok haven't impressed in the 15-man code so far. So I honestly don't know how the Sharks is going to come back from this in the second half, trailing 23 points to 12 at half time. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the second half, guys. I'm going to quickly refill my glass and have a big puff because I'm really frustrated at the moment. But I will be back in just a few minutes for the second half. So do stay tuned until then. I'll be right back. Right, I am back for the second half, guys. And yeah, if you just tuned in, it's not looking good for the Sharks. The Stormers, however, are leading by 23 points to 12. Tries by Herschel Yankees and Rikus Pretorius, and then a couple of penalties by Kate Volhatter have given them this lead, while the Sharks have got tries. Can't remember exactly who scored the first one, but the second one was scored by Fes Mbata. But yeah, it's been a dreadful start to the Rainbow Cup SA. Both teams not really doing anything exceptional at the moment. The Stormers getting their 2 tries from 2 really bad defensive missed tackles from the Sharks in the opening 7 minutes of the game. So apart from that, the Stormers have been driven backwards in defense and have looked lackluster without planning, while the Sharks, on the other hand, really not getting going because they don't have support at the breakdown. There's been, I think, 5 or 6 penalties at the breakdown where the Sharks have run out of support with the player going forward, and then yeah, it's just not really working out the way it's planned. So Tyrese, the sailor note says Yaku is helping the Sharks. So yeah, I mean, you could argue and say the tackle from Sinatla was a really poor one. He should have done a lot better in the tackle there. Straight red card, I do agree with that. And then the yellow card on Willie Engelbrecht, like we discussed earlier, the new ruling on the tackling has become a little bit ridiculous for me. You're going to see more yellow and red cards more often, and it is basically killing the game just a little bit at the moment. And yeah, player safety probably comes first, so not much we could argue about. But if you think back on the days when Bucky's Botha were playing and the likes of Butch James, the Vet Barry, those guys, they would have gotten yellow cards every single game, or even red cards. So yeah, rugby has become a little bit soft, I think, personally. But yeah, player safety first, so expect a lot more yellow and red cards in the future, guys. So like I said, first time we got the new ruling where a player who gets a red card can be replaced after 20 minutes. We've seen it in this game already. And if it wasn't for that, imagine how things could have panned out for the Stormers, being down 14 men for about, 70 odd minutes in this game. It would have been, I wouldn't say a mismatch, but it would surely have affected the way the Stormers played this game. So I, for one, is very happy with the decision that you can replace a player after 20 minutes. I don't know what you guys think of it. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the second half bring. Like I said, I'm not impressed with both teams at the moment. As a Shark supporter, it's been dreadful to watch them. Sharks, like I said, have been poor on defense. They've been poor in the lineouts. They've not been good at the breakdown, not supporting their players. Let's quickly have a look at the stats. So possession 61-39 to the Stormers. The Stormers had 36 carries to 24. The Sharks have actually made more meters than the Stormers, 138 to 119. And they were just a little bit too quick for me there. So couldn't go through the rest of the stats. We are going to start the second half now. It is going to be Kate Volhatter to start the second half for us. So let's get into this, guys, and let's hope for the best. The kickoff is a good one, taken by Ruben van Heerden for the Sharks. Good counter up there from Peter Steff the Twee, but the Sharks have managed to get this. Grant Williams got hand on ball, goes for the kick over the top, and that's going to find touch. So not the greatest of relieving kicks from him. Finding touch about 5 meters outside the 22 of the Sharks. And just a look of Sean Everett there in the coaching box can tell you exactly how the vibe is in the Sharks camp at the moment. Line out taken quickly by the Stormers. Kate Volhatter on the 10-meter line now for the Stormers. Yankees taken forward now. Again, Damian Willemse with a little kick ahead. Finds space in between the backs of the Sharks. And it rolls into touch just inside the 22 of the Sharks. So it is going to be a line out to the Sharks inside their own 22. I think the Stormers will be delighted by that. So Fes Mbata is going to throw this in for the Sharks. Looks like Schikkeling has been replaced. And let's just have a look. It could be Erns van der Reyn who's on for the Stormers. Throw-in taken by Ruben van Heerden, now Grant Williams. Bosch, Henko Venter. Now Grant Williams back to Bosch under pressure, puts it up high for him. Chased by Sabu Nkosi. Willems has got it. Steps Nkosi, going almost straight through Ward. Tackles Namakabas, going forward for the Stormers. Now Yankees. Now throws a poor pass. And I'm about to kick it forward, but straight into touch. So it is going to be a line out to the Stormers, just outside the 22 of the Sharks. Again, very sloppy play by both teams. Quickly thrown in by the Stormers. Yankees, out it goes Volhatter, tries to step a couple of defenders. Gets tackled there by Reniel Hichu. Now Willems drop back in the pocket for the drop goal. And an awful kick, but it's been knocked backwards by the Sharks. And Nkosi's going to try and run his way out of trouble here from inside his own goal line. Makes it up to the 10-meter line outside the try line. Grant Williams to Henko Venter driving it up for the Sharks. Another loose ball. It's been intercepted, but knocked on by Marvin Worry. He collected that in a try to the Stormers. 5 meters from the try line, Marvin Worry knocks on while going for the intercept. And the Sharks can consider them very lucky there. Yeah, so just going through the comments section. Yeah, Levin J said it was Sinatla who got red carded after just a couple of minutes in the game. So Dan du Plessis has replaced him. Sparrow has joined in. Asking, what is your prediction for the Bulls-Lions game? I think the Bulls will run away with the game eventually. I know they picked a mixed bag of players, not their best lineup, but I think they should be too strong for the Lions. Sharks under pressure in the scrum again. Gets it up to Nkosi though. Still inside their own 22. Oxnashire taking it up. Grant Williams at the back. Got his hands on the ball. Bosch out to Ward. Now Lukanyam breaks through. Now Notche. Sharks on the attack here. And a poor pass. Gets it into the hands of Fussy. Back inside to Ward. Throws another loose pass. Where's the support? Sharks have got it now. Bosch. Fussy tackled on the 10-meter line of the Stormers. Now it goes wide again. Now it's Oxnashire. Out it goes to Kolisi. Tackled by the Tui. Back inside to Sabu Nkosi, who knocks it on. And again, just bad handling in the end of the day. But a penalty to the Sharks, it seems, for the Stormers being offside. So 5 minutes into the second half. Will the Sharks go for goal or will they go for touch from here? Surely they've got to go for touch. So great passage of play there from the Sharks. Putting the Stormers under pressure now with that kick to touch 5 meters out from the try line. So a chance now for the Sharks. Can they get the try to put them right back into this game? Like I said, what I want to see from this Rainbow Cup is to see how the players do in preparation for the Lions tour. And there's only a handful of players that I'm interested in seeing how they fare. But so far, it's been pretty bad from all of them. The lineup has been secured by the Sharks. They've got them all going again. Penalty advantage to the Sharks now. Coming in from the side. Ball spills loose for the Sharks. Now Ward's got it. Penalty awarded to the Sharks. Quickly taken by Reniel Hige. And Hige goes over for the try. And the Sharks are back in this. Quick thinking from the new signing for the Sharks. And the Sharks strike back after just 6 minutes in this second half. So 23 points to 17 at the moment, with the conversion to come. Reniel Hige nearly ran Jaco Peyper out of the way there to score that try. So it looks like there's some form of urgency from the Sharks here in the second half so far. Well, apple pie if the Sharks manage to win this game. Well, they're not out of it. Surely they're still very much in it. But based on that first half performance, I don't see them winning this game. But like I say, the Stormers haven't been brilliant either. They've had a good smash at it in the opening few minutes. And apart from that, sorry, I just saw another shoulder to the head from Willie Engelbrecht. So that's going to be a second yellow card, and it's going to be a red card surely to Willie Engelbrecht now. So the Stormers are very unlucky with these tackles at the moment, I can tell you that. In the past, it hasn't been picked up at all. Now they're very strict with these type of tackles. And that is surely, unless they say Ward went down. That's the only mitigation factor that would come into play that would save Willie Engelbrecht from getting another yellow card and getting the red card. Now, Jaco Peyper's going to his pocket here. So another yellow card, that's a red card. So for the next 20 minutes, again, the Stormers without a man. So for a second 20 minutes, the Stormers are going to play with 14 players on the field. The first time they got a red card, the Sharks managed to lead by 7 points to 6. And they had a yellow card as well. So, yeah, let's see what happens in the second spell of a red card for the Stormers. You've got to feel for the Stormers a little bit. Like I say, in the past, these type of tackles would have gone unnoticed and it would have just been game playing on. But nowadays, they're very strict. And Bosch gets the conversion, so 23 to 19, so it's a 4-point game at the moment. Stormers will be feeling hard done by this at the moment. It's good if the referees are being strict. It helps improve player discipline now. Then it's good to be an official for the Lions. Yeah, we've seen it in Super Rugby Aotearoa as well. Plenty of yellow and red cards. We've seen it today in Super Rugby AU as well. So, yeah, let's get back to the game. The restart has been taken fussy. Took it in, beat a couple of defense, but not gaining any ground. Sharks have, looks like it's been counter-wrapped almost by the Stormers there. But it do come back to the Sharks. Bosch going to the air. It is chased down by Lukanya Amu's got it for the Sharks. So the Sharks now with momentum going forward. Grant Williams, out it goes to Bosch again, puts another high one up. Should be careful not to overdo this now. Willemson halfway. Tackled by Notche on the ground there now. Yankees to Volhatter, puts it to the bird as well, trying to find space, but into the hands of Bosch. Bosch with a little chip kick over the top, collected by Volhatter again on the Stormers 10-meter line. Sharks are counter-rucking this. They've got it. Now Khaleesi. It is Grant Williams. Oxnashire breaking through. Inside the 22 they go. Jeremy Ward. Beautiful pass to Raniel Hichu. And he's going to get his second try of the game under the post. And the Sharks take the lead after 49 minutes. The Sharks have come with a bang here in the second half. Well, who would imagine that happening after just 9 minutes in the half? They get the bonus point try, and the Sharks now take the lead, and are going to be having a one-man advantage for at least another, 17 minutes of this game. So things really turning to the tide of the Sharks at the moment. Nearly got intercepted by Rikus Pretorius there, but it just beautifully landed into the hands of Raniel Hichu, and he's very happy with that try. Well, like I said at halftime, I'm not the biggest fan of Raniel Hichu, and I was wondering why they signed him. But, he's got 2 tries. He's a lock forward, so got to give him credit for that at least. But in the lineouts where he's supposed to have a massive impact, he's not doing that great at the moment. And also in the scrums, they're struggling quite a bit. So the Sharks have converted that. So 26 points to 23. The Sharks now lead the Stormers. The kickoff has been taken by the Sharks inside their own 22 now. We've got 51 minutes gone. Grant Williams goes to the air. Chased by Saboon and Corsi. Oh, it's collected by Damien Willemse for the Stormers. So now just outside the 22 they go. Bonambi's on for the Stormers as well. Now it is going out to Namakaba. Gets driven backwards up to the 10-meter line inside Sharks half. Yankees, Willemse puts it on the bird. Into the hands of Apelile Fassi. Just a useless kick there. Fassi breaking through. Here we go again. The Sharks now. Bente kicks it forward. Taken by Rikus Pretorius inside his own 22. Stormers under a lot of pressure at the moment. They managed to get it. Forms the ruck just inside their own 22. And Peter Steph-Detway will have to be at scrum half. He looks really tight at the moment. Kitsov takes it down for the Stormers again. They're just trying to control the play now. Everything going too fast for them at the moment. Now Yankees with the kick over the top. And it goes into touch on the 10-meter line inside Stormers half. The Sharks have gone quickly, and here they go. Grant Williams up to the 5-meter line, just outside the Stormers try line. Raniel Hichu. Has he gone over? Yes, he has. I've missed that play completely. And the Sharks have scored yet again, and Raniel Hichu's got a hat-trick. I'll have to watch the replay to see exactly what happened there. But I assume that the Sharks went quickly. Let's have another look at this. Yeah, they went quickly. Grant Williams broke through Kitsov's defense there. Ran all the way up to the 5-meter line. Support play came up. Quickly taken to Raniel Hichu, who just drove his way over for the hat-trick. So, how a game can change in a matter of minutes. 31 points to 23. The Sharks now lead. Unbelievable. 53 minutes gone. Kervin Bosch with the conversion attempt. So 11J said, to answer your question about Volhutter, he's done nothing wrong so far. He's actually been pretty good, apart from missing those 2 penalties, which could have an impact on the result, though. He's been solid. He's done nothing wrong at the moment. Eugene de Villiers says, old Stormers problem. First half jumps, then second half, they dropped the ball. Yeah, it's pretty much all the South African team's problem. Used to be a Super Rugby problem for most of our teams as well. So the Sharks now have a 10-point lead after trailing 24 points to 13 it was at halftime. Can't remember, quite frankly, what the scoreboard was. All of the things happened so quickly here in the second half. So the restart collected by Ruben van Heerden. Sharks now formed a ruck. And Grant Williams going to the air again. This time not making any ground. Ball spills loose. Ronell's got it for the Stormers. They form a ruck just inside the Sharks half. Now going back to Volhutter. Stormers have lost plenty of ground. Peter stepped it way up to halfway. He goes. Yankees. Gabba. And a penalty against the Sharks there. Let's just see what the call is there. Ooh, that does not look good for Cape Volhutter. He stays down and it looks like an ACL. This could be a serious injury for Cape Volhutter. He's in some serious pain at the moment. Yeah, so 23 points to 12 it was at halftime. And then 15 minutes later, it's 33 points to 23 to the Stormers. So, yeah, how a game can change. Oh, terrible. He twisted his ACL there. Escape Volhutter surely. And that could be a bad injury. Oh. He's had a very good game so far with Cape Volhutter. And it's really sad to see this happening to one of these talented players. Yaku Yudan says Volhutter is pronounced Volhutter. Really? Volhutter. Never knew that. So I do apologize if I got his surname wrong, Yako. I just pronounce it the way it's, well, the way you see it on the screen. So Volhutter has gone down then with what seems to be an ACL to the knee. And that could be a really bad injury for him. So 55 minutes gone, Sharks leading 33-23. Coming down from 23-12 at halftime. They just scored 3 really quick tries. The number 5 lock, Renil Hichu, getting a hat-trick for the Sharks. Do keep in mind that the Stormers are on a second red card at the moment. The first red card was to Sabella Sinatla. And then the second one came to Philly Engelbrecht after getting his second yellow card for the same offense. So it seems like Ruben van Heerden might be in some trouble as well for the Sharks, because they've just shown a replay where he did go a little bit high on Peter Steph du Toit, but it didn't seem like there was too much in it. I assume that was what the penalty was for. So let's see if the Stormers can hit back from this. Karen van Vieren has replaced Fesman Bata as well. So the Sharks now bringing in the cavalry as well. So that kick from the Stormers finds touch. about 10 meters from the Sharks try line. Let's just see who that replacement is for the Stormers then. Is that Abner van Reenen who's come on in the place of Volita? Yeah, it's Abner van Reenen who's on now. So Bonambi with the throw-in, Adams van Rijn. They form the maul 10 meters from the Sharks try line are going forward. Great little drive now. Bonambi, he's 2 meters from the try line. Quickly taken over. He cuts off. Great offload from him to Dan du Plessis. But Dan du Plessis slips 5 meters from the try line. Now the Stormers need to show some patience here. Penalty advantage to them. Namakaba taking it up for the Stormers now. Peter Steph de Toey trying to make the hard yards here. Bonambi still going forward as the Stormers now. Slowly but surely trying to work their way over the try line. Peter Steph de Toey got tackled by Thomas de Toey. Now Adams van Rijn, they're 2 meters from the try line is the Stormers now. Oh, an intercept nearly, but it spills back to the Stormers side, but it goes into touch. So we are going to come back for the initial penalty there. Grant Williams nearly intercepted that, but it would have been a penalty anyway to the Stormers. Yeah, so Cape Volita has been replaced then by Abner van Reenen. So I suspect it is an ACL, but we'll have to wait and see. Right, so the Stormers do have a line out about 5 meters from the try line here. Bonambi with the throw-in. So I do think that Bonambi will be joining the Sharks very shortly. They are busy discussing a contract, I think it is. So Bonambi off the back for the Stormers, bit isolated, but it does come back to the Stormers side. Now Abner van Reenen tries to step his way through, but Oxnard just got him. 10 meters from the try line, cuts off. Out it goes to one of the forwards now, Van Rijn. 5 meters from the try line now, Stormers. Comes out to Peter Steph de Toey, trying to work his way up. And a penalty against the Stormers for diving off their feet. So the Sharks will have a penalty 5 meters from their own try line. Eugene de Villiers says he thinks the ref needs a beating. So, yeah, I don't know. It's been one of those games. I mean, look at all the mistakes that the Sharks are making, and I haven't really noticed the refereeing from Jaco Peyper because I've been so frustrated with the Sharks' display so far. But, yeah, I mean, afterwards I can have a look. So that penalty hasn't gone into touch, and the Stormers now have a chance to counter-attack. Dan du Plessis. Good defense from Jeremy Ward and Mchunu. Stormers got possession just inside their own half. Now cuts off. Driving forward. Herschel Yankees waiting to get the ball out now. Willemse kicks it downfield and into the hands of Apelile Fassi inside the 22. He goes to the air, chases his own kick. Will he be there in time now? Collected by Willemse again. Now Ruanel. Ruanel goes on a little run but got tackled well there. Now Yankees, Dan du Plessis, Stormers not doing very well there with the passing, and it goes into touch. So it is going to be a line out to the Sharks inside the Stormers half on a 10-meter line. It's been quite a story so far. The Stormers have gone backwards most of the time when they went to the back line. Apart from that 2 line breaks that they had in the first half where they scored 2 tries, I think in the opening 7 minutes from some really weak defense from the Sharks. Apart from that, they've been tackled backwards most of the time. The only time they've actually moved forward was when they were kicking or working with the forwards. So, a bit worrying for them. So we've got 20 minutes left in this game. So Barry says the Stormers lost 2 good players to red cards. So I think this Nutler one is going to be quite a long suspension, I think. Could be anything between 3 to 6 weeks, because that was really, really bad. One with Willie Engelbrecht, I think it could be a 2 to 4 week suspension, as it was 2 yellow cards. So, yeah, I feel Willie Engelbrecht was very unlucky to get those yellow cards. Like I said, in the old days, it would have just been another tackle. So Grant Williams have been replaced by Nohamba, and one must say that Grant Williams have had a pretty good game today. He had a very quiet first half, didn't do anything wrong, and then really sparked in that opening, or this 20 minutes in the second half, where he's done a really good job so far for the Sharks. So he gets replaced now by Nohamba, another good player. I see JJ van der Mesht is also on the field. Pepsi Buthelezi is on. Like I said, Kieran van Vieren is on as well. Who else is on? There's quite a few replacements been made. Ali Vermaak, I think, is on for the Stormers as well. So Dylan McConvoy says, lack of commentating. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. So now the Sharks on the attack inside Stormers half. Bit isolated, and there's a penalty to the Sharks. Not releasing the ball on the ground. So Nkosi getting penalized. I think he got penalized for rolling on the ground. So, yeah, he tried to earn a couple more meters there. Whoa, has that ball gone into touch, or have they managed to keep it out? The touch judge do say that it was into touch. So it is going to be out the Stormers 10 meters from the Sharks try line now. We've got 17 likes so far, guys. So please show your support. Press that like button, and do remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. We are going to do this whole Rainbow Cup South Africa. Every game I will be doing commentating on. So please subscribe. Don't miss out. And really looking forward to this. Although I must say we've started with a bumpy road in this game so far. But Nambi with the throw in. Marvin Woody's got it. Stormers now form the maul. It's gone down. The Sharks might get this. Scrum to the Sharks. So there's fire suddenly in that Sharks pack since a few replacements has come on. You can see the fire from Kieran van Vieren, Pepsi Buthelezi, and JJ van der Mes. Like I said, I don't know what more he needs to do to get into that starting berth. So it's slowed down just a little bit so far in the second half. Sharks scoring, I think it's three really quick tries in that second half. Stormers obviously getting that red card early in the second half as well. So I think it's almost time to bring on a replacement then for the Stormers red card. Eugene De Villiers said, sound like, thank you very much. Barry Green says you should put up donation icons if anyone wants to donate to you on a live chat. So I'm not exactly sure, but I do think that there is an option for donations, Barry. I think it's that little dollar sign up there. I'm just not 100% sure. But if you guys do want to leave a donation, that would be very much appreciated, as it does cost quite a bit to get the satellite dish on DSTV. So in the meantime, you guys won't believe it. The Stormers have scored an intercept try through Ruanel. And I just want to see quickly. Just hang on just 1 minute, because the try has not been awarded yet. So let's see what the problem is there. So from what it looked like, it was an intercept try to Ruanel. But I mean, there was yeah, that's what happened. There was a late tackle on Renil Hiku. So that is why it's not been awarded. So there he says it's not showing at the moment. So let me go and have a look real quickly. I don't know why it's not showing at the moment. So let me go. Ah, it isn't showing. You're right. So I will try and fix that at a later stage. Barry, I was under the impression that it was there before, so it's just maybe a setting that needs to be corrected at some stage. Because it used to be there before I actually got my monetization taken away. But I won't bother too much with it now. We'll do this live stream. I'll try and fix it for the next game, guys, between the Lions and the Bulls. But I can really see what the guys are saying about the referee being a little bit of yeah, I can't say the word out loud on my live commentary, but you guys can see there, Eugene De Villiers has summed it up pretty well for him. So the Sharks now have a lineup on halfway. JJ Van der Mes taking it up for the Sharks. Nohamba's got it at the back for the Sharks now. It's taken in by Mchuku. Struggling to pronounce the guy's name, Mchunu. So now Manny Lebok is, he's knocked it on, and now the Stormers got a chance. Marvin Uri offloads beautifully. Bunambi up to the 22-meter line to go. Peter Steph to Tway. Damian Willems, a long cut-out pass. It goes out to Edwin van der Merwe. And van der Merwe is into touch, unfortunately. So close for the Stormers there. The pass did go back inside to Dan du Plessis, but unfortunately, there was just a foot in touch from Edwin van der Merwe. And a great decision from the touch judge there. So, I mean, if the Stormers can get a try now, it will change the whole game. So close. Oh, yeah, there's the foot in touch. I almost thought they made a mistake, but from what I also saw, I saw the foot in touch. Now the Sharks have gone quickly with the line out. Henko Venter taking it up. 5 meters from the try line. Nohamba has got it for the Sharks. Now Manny Lebok puts a little chip in behind. Now the Stormers can counter-attack from here. Willemse, Edwin van der Merwe up to the 22-meter line they go. Arends van Rijn. Now Peter Steph de Tway, Bonambi. Just going a little bit backwards again now. Herschel Yankees. Tried to find a little gap there, but closed down really quickly. Now Peter Steph de Tway, and he knocks it on. So, yeah, I don't know. Peter Steph de Tway hasn't had the greatest games today. He looks a little bit unfit, to be quite honest. But, yeah, apart from that, you wouldn't say he's had a bad game. It's just that he's not made the same impact that he's made most of the time. The guys are really fuming at the referee at the moment, and I would say rightfully so, because there's some questionable decisions been made so far. But I do believe it comes to both sides, really. But the Storm has been very unlucky in the second half. They've been blown for every little small thing so far in the second half. So the Sharks have looked completely different from what they've looked like in the first half. I honestly didn't think that there was any comeback for them. Just see something while they're showing some highlights. Yeah. All right. So it is going to be a scrum feed to the Sharks on a 22-meter line now. Scrum goes down. So, well, we've had only, I think, 2 scrum resets today, which has been phenomenal. Normally there's quite a lot. And yeah, we've had only 2 reset scrums today. So, yeah. One thing I can tell you about Khaleesi, hasn't had any real impact today in this game. I think he's just been on the field. We haven't done anything special whatsoever today. Also, haven't done anything really wrong, but it's just not been anything considerably brilliant today. So the scrum feed from Nohamba, scrum goes down, but they've got it now. Manny Libok kicks it downfield, finds a little bit of space for that kick, but just the bounce of the ball working out for the Stormers there. Willemse kicks it downfield, straight into the hands of Manny Libok again, puts it up into the air again, chased by Apelile Fassi. Oh, beautifully collected by Willemse there on halfway. Now Masimla is on as well. Van Rienen kicks it into space for the Stormers and finds touch just outside the 22 of the Sharks. So with 12 minutes to go in this game, it is the Sharks who's leading by 10 points at the moment. And who would have thought I would say that after what we saw in the first half? So a lot of replacements now on for both sides. I'll have to have a look at this again, but so far, I think I've mentioned most of the players that's come onto the field. Throw in, beautifully collected by Van der Mesh there for the Sharks. Now Karen van Vieren's got it under control there. Now comes to Notche. Trying to drive his way forward for the Sharks now. Still just outside the 22 of the Sharks. Now Nohamba puts it to the air, chased by Sabun Nkosi. It is going to be catched by Ruanel there for the Stormers. So on a 10-meter line, Abner van Rienen tries to work his way forward for the Stormers. Herschel Yankee, Masimla is waiting for the ball to come back now. Comes back to Willemse, puts it on the boot again. And finds space in between the Sharks line there. But it just feels like they're giving away possession at the moment. They need to start running with the ball as the Stormers now. Yeah, just reading through the comments. Unfortunately, I cannot comment on those. I'll get banned from my own YouTube channel. But feel free to leave the comments, guys. Yeah, no, I feel for Billy Engelbrecht, to be honest. That red card, 2 yellow cards turned into a red card. Like I say, all days wouldn't even have been noticed. So the Sharks now got the ball. Enko Fender driving it up. Penalty to the Stormers, 10 meters from the try line. Players diving off their feet. So maybe a chance here for the Stormers. Will they go for goal? Make it a 7-point game. Well, they quickly decide to go for touch instead. So 5 meters out from the try line now. And a chance for the Stormers to get back into this game. They need it, really need it at the moment. So Bonambi with this throw in now, 5 meters from the try line for the Stormers. Marvin Uri takes it in for the Stormers. Good driving ball from them. Is that a penalty advantage to the Stormers or no? It's just showing the offside line. Now Edward van der Merwe, Willems throws a dummy, tries to step his way out there. Bit isolated, but now they've got it back. Ruanel. Good tackle there from Apelile Fassi on him. Stormers again going backwards instead of forward. Masimla. Oh, throws a bad pass, and now the Sharks can counter, but the referee do call them back for a penalty. Is that for an offside, or was there another infringement? So yellow card to the Sharks now coming, and it looks like it's Jeremy Ward who's going to get it. So professional foul from the Sharks, and they're going to play with 40 men for the rest of the game. We've got 8 minutes left. Yeah, no, we've got some very, very angry Stormers fans in the comment sections at the moment. And I do feel the frustration. I honestly agree with all the comments being left here today. I mean, it's sometimes difficult as a Shark supporter not to be biased. But I mean, even watching this and reading the comments about certain things that's happened in this game, I have to honestly agree with every single thing you guys are saying at the moment. Jaco Paper hasn't been very consistent today. He has penalized the Stormers quite badly on a lot of occasions. And yes, we can all argue, and I agree, that Willie Engelbrecht's tackles was hardly anything to go by. But yeah, the thing is, it's the laws. The referee's trying to blow the laws, and unfortunately, it's something that will have to change upstairs, I think. The referees are just implementing those rules, but it is very unfair, to be honest. So Eugene Barry is actually from the UK, so that's why he's not speaking Afrikaans at all. So another penalty advantage to the Stormers now, 5 meters out from the try line. Here comes Upman van Reenen with a little dab kick. Oh, it's beautifully taken, and it is going to be a try to Damian Willems. Edwin van der Merwe beautifully collected it in the air, passed it backwards into the hands of Willems, and it's game on here. It's game on here at the Cape Town Stadium. And it's now 33-28 to the Sharks with a conversion to come. Upman van Reenen with a little cross, you can call it a cross kick, and then beautifully clapped back by Edwin van der Merwe for Willems there. And this is going to be a very important conversion to come. Who's going to take it? I'm sure that it is going to be, well, is it going to be Damian Willemse? No, it's Upman van Reenen who's going to take this kick at goal. Will he get it? Yes, he will. So it's a 3-point game. It's a 3-point game and all to play for now. Exciting finish to this game. Let's see what will happen in this last couple of minutes. We've got 5 minutes to go in the second half and 3 points between them. It is going to be Money Lebok to restart this game. Here we go. Puts it up high, beautifully again collected by Marvin Woody. He's been really good for the Stormers today. So Masimla's just waiting for the ball at the back now. Inside his own 22, goes with the box kick over the top. And it's not going to find touch. It's into the hands of Apelile Fassi. Beats the first defender up to the 10-meter line now. No Hamba. Van der Mesh almost breaks through 2 defenders there. No Hamba again, Renil Hichu. He's been really good. Little pass, not finding the hands, goes into the hands of who puts it on the bird, but into touch it goes. So 4 minutes to go. Right, 5 minutes to go. Stormers line up inside their own half, about 5 meters from their own 22. It's now or never, one feels for the Stormers. Thrown from Benambi, it's been overthrown. It's luckily collected by Upnan van Reen and up to the 10-meter line for the Stormers. And what do you know, a penalty against the Stormers there. And I'm sure the comments are going to fly in now. Penalty to the Sharks on a 10-meter line. It is, let's see what the reason for the penalty is. In the meantime, Manny Lebok has decided to go for goal here with 3.5 minutes to go. Remember, there is, of course, the captain's referral, but I don't think any of these two teams have used the captain's referral today. Wait, we might have the first one now. We are going to have a captain's referral now from the Stormers. I said it was going to come in now. The comments is flying in. So I can't hear what they're arguing about. I don't know what the captain's referral is all about, because unfortunately for the stream, I'm not allowed to have any of DSTV's audio, in fact. So we'll have to go by what I see on the television at the moment. So the TMO referral, well, the Stormers challenged it that he wasn't on his feet going for the ball, it seems. So if that is what it's all about, the Stormers have just lost the referral, because Nohamba was clearly on his feet there. Right, so like I said, I can't hear anything that they're talking about, so I can only imagine. Let's have another look. So is Nohamba on his feet? There was a time when he slipped and went off his feet, but he quickly came back to his feet. So I might think that the Stormers have lost this referral. Let's see what happens. Like I said, I can't hear a thing, but it does seem like the Stormers have lost their captain's challenge, and it is, whoa, no, the Stormers have won. Well, they've won it. They've won it. So the penalty has been overturned, and it is a penalty to the Stormers on their own 10-meter line. Right, let's see if the Stormers can win this game. The kick from Upnan van Reen hasn't found touch. And that's a really bad mistake from the Stormers there. That ball has been kicked into touch by Apelile Fassi all the way back to halfway. And a terrible mistake by Upnan van Reen there for the Stormers. Unbelievable mistake to make with just 3 minutes to go. Well, they still at least got possession now. Bonambi with the throw in. Peter Steptetway takes it nicely. They're going to have a maul here. Remember, 3 points between them at the moment. The Sharks give away a penalty. There they go. There's the penalty now. Bonambi breaks off the back. Stormers on the attack now. Here they come up in van Reen and a little dab through. It could work out for the Stormers here. Willems has got it, but he knocks it on. But we are going to come back for the penalty to the Stormers now. And what are they going to do now? Will they go for goal or will they try and win this game? The penalty is awarded just inside the Sharks' half. It is a kickable penalty, but Abner van Reenen has decided to go for touch. They want to win this. Finds touch. Well, could have made such a big difference if it was 5 meters from the try line. But instead, I think it's maybe on a 22-meter line or just 5 meters inside the 22. It is on the 22-meter line, so still a lot of work to be done with a minute and a half to go. Bonambi with the throw-in finds Marvin Witty. The Stormers have formed another maul now. They need to make this count. They need to make this count as the Stormers now. Miss Simler. Abner van Reenen intercepted by Manny Lebok. The Sharks have got this. Kachuna at scrum off throws a wild pass and the Sharks are going backwards. Just outside their own 22 now, the Sharks. Nohamba's got the ball. Minute to go. Minute to go. Manny Lebok. He kicks it downfield into the hands of Willemsen now. On the 10-meter line inside Storms half. The up and under. Goes by Emil van Merwe. Fussie's got it for the Sharks. Bundled into touch. So one feels that this is their last opportunity now. Stormers got the line out. The Stormers got the line out on the 10-meter line inside Sharks half. We've got 20 seconds left in this game. 20 seconds left in this game, guys. Bonambi needs to find his jumpers now. It's now or never for them. It's now or never. The frame, the two got it. They form the ball. Can they milk a penalty from here as the Stormers? That is what they will be looking for. The hoot has gone in the background, so now or never. Miss Simler's got it at the back. Stormers still going. They need to be careful now. Ricus Pretorius, Dan du Plessis. Miss Simler, out it goes. Driving it forward is Neetling Fischer. Miss Simler, back it goes to Namakaba. Nearly knocks it on, but they've got it back now. Still going is Namakaba. Stormers still in possession now. Abner van Reenen tries to spot the gap, but brought down really quickly. Miss Simler, Willemsen now tries to do the twinkle toes, but brought down quickly. Neetling Fischer drives it forward for them. Miss Simler, Ricus Pretorius, Willemsen now throws a loose pass. Ruanel, he tries to find a bit of space, goes down just outside the 22 now. Dan du Plessis at scrum off. Neetling Fischer again. Miss Simler, Van Reenen, Willemsen with a long cut-out pass to Edwin van der Merwe. Beats Van der Kok. Good tackle from Nohamba. Stormers just inside the 22 now. Neetling Fischer again. Miss Simler, Ernst van Rijn. Still coming is the Stormers. Namakaba now at scrum off. Driving it forward is the Stormers now. 10 meters from the line. Still going a little dab through. This could work for them. It is going to be a try to Ruanel. Surely. Oh. Or is it? Or is it a try? Is this a try or not? It's all going to come down to this now. Did he have control over the ball? No, he didn't. It's a knock-on from Ruanel, and the Sharks have got this game. Unfortunately for Ruanel, he just didn't have control over the ball when he went to dive onto it. It was a clever little kick, but in the end, the Sharks have stolen this game by the skin of their teeth. Got to feel for the Stormers in the end. 33 points to 30. The Sharks have managed to beat the Stormers today. And yeah, it's one of those games. It's one of those games where you just kind of feel like you've been let down. The game has had good points and it's mostly had bad points. I mean, it's been one of those moments where you get 10 minutes of brilliance, 30 minutes of bad average play, then again 10 minutes of good rugby, and then 30 minutes of bad play again. So was this game successful in any way? I wouldn't say so. Have we learned anything from this? We'll have to check this out. Let's see. Let's go through the team sheets again and do a little rating on this. Fussy, bad first half, much better second half. Controlled the game off the back, did the hard grinding work that a fullback needs to do. Sabuna Kossi, again, not the most flashiest of games. I just feel he haven't come right after that injury layoff. Lukanya, very quiet game. Probably done nothing wrong. Jeremy Ward had a good game apart from his yellow card. Yapenke, nothing special from him. Kevin Bosch, disappointing. Grant Williams, the standout performer in the backline for the Sharks today. Sharks forwards, Notcher was solid. Fenter was okay. Khaleesi was nowhere to be found. Unfortunately, I have to agree with all the critics. He's not making the impact that we would think he would make. Ranil Higu, the surprise of the day, probably man of the match, goes to Ranil Higu today. I don't rate him as a player, but I mean, 3-try hat-trick, you can't argue with that. So maybe he can improve in the future and surprise everybody. Ruben van Heerden, quiet game, not good in the lineouts. Thomas Latoy was solid. Mbata was okay. Oxlade, again, dominated by Frans Malherbe, unfortunately. Then going through the Stormers lineup, Willemse is just not, I don't know, he's just not, for me, didn't have a bad game, didn't have a great game. Edwin van der Merwe looked dangerous when he had ball. Ruanel, again, an average performance. Rikas Pretorius, good first half, silent in the second. Sinatla went off very early. Kate Voliter has had a great game until he got injured. I hope it's not too bad. Yankees was solid from a forward point of view. I think Peter Steph still need game time. Didn't have the greatest of games. Willie Engelbrecht, very unlucky with the red card. Namakawa was okay. He had a good game. Marvin Uri, probably the standout performer in the Stormers forwards. Schikkeling, very good game as well. Malherbe, Rutubeni, and Kitsov had a solid performance up front. Looking at the benches, because that's where the impact was made for the Sharks. Van Vieren, Mchunu, Van der Mescht, Nohamba, Libok even had a great game in that second half. Vanderkok again, not enough time on the field maybe to impress. Think he still needs to develop as a 15-man player. We all know he's a great sevens player, but still need to make that step up to the 15-man code. From the Stormers bench, Bonambi was really solid when he came on. Very much impressed with Neetling Forshire and Adams van Rijn. Abner van Reenen proved to be quite good in that last few minutes. Made a terrible mistake, though, not finding touch when he needed to. Dan du Plessis was solid when he came on, so not too much bad from this overall. But if you look at the overall game from a Rainbow Cup SA perspective, where players need to be groomed for the Lions game, I would say job not well done, unfortunately. From the players that we want to see impress, they didn't really impress. So, yeah, and looking at the Lions Bulls game later on, a lot of players have been rested. So, I don't really know what the purpose of that really is. But yeah, maybe it's to find a gem in the rough. Who knows? But as far as this game is concerned, guys, yeah, it is. It's like Leon Hall says, everyone getting a strong email from Rassi this afternoon. British and Irish Lions gonna make us look like Italy if we don't wake up. Let's hope that this Rainbow Cup will give us some clarity. Like I say, Peter Steptoe clearly needs game time. Sia Kulisi absolutely needs game time if he's going to lead the South African team. Kunrat Kuning asks, will SA teams be playing internationally? So, yeah. Well, I don't know if we're going to play any tests before the British and Irish Lions, though. There was rumors that we're going to play the USA, but so far we will be seeing the Springboks in action when the Lions come to South Africa. So people have been really finding it difficult to cope with Jaco Papers refereeing today. So we'll have to, yeah. Kunrad says, I thought it was called off the Rainbow Cup. So yeah, we're not playing the European teams anymore. It's now the SA Rainbow Cup. So it's very much similar to a Curry Cup, Kunrad. Little bit disappointed. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, guys. But I will join you guys again at 7 for the South African game between the Lions and the Bulls. It should be quite an interesting game. That both teams lined up for quite a young mixed bag of experience. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But I will see you guys at 7. Thank you for joining in, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do go ahead and subscribe to my channel, as I will be covering all the games. So just before I go, Sparrow, who was your man of the match? That's a tough one, really, because to be quite honest, I didn't really, from a Shark perspective, Ranil Hiku probably deserved it for getting the hat-trick, but I think the most consistent player from a Sharks perspective must be Grant Williams. I think he had an exceptional game for the Sharks. He did nothing wrong, had a few moments of brilliance. So between Grant Williams and Ranil Hiku, it's like you said, Namakaba didn't have a bad game. So if I had to pick a player of the match from a Stormer side, I would probably go with Namakaba. But overall, I would say between Ranil Hiku and Grant Williams. So I will see you guys later tonight. Until then, guys, we'll see you at 7. Cheers for now.